What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. The woman's name I want to say is Evelina Flores. That's the woman in the picture of the thumbnail. She has two sons. Uh, they killed a police officer at a traffic stop. One of them did, shot the police officer, shot another officer. And the mother was trying to go see her baby in the hospital, all for a expired license plate or something like that in Chicago. Now, when you see the pictures, you know, you can definitely tell the one that was the shooter is Hispanic, but he got a tattoo on his face and looked weird. But the other son looked black. They both last name is like Monroe or something like that. Something like that. But Evelina Flores does not sound like African American, even though I have a coworker who has a name that's Mexican and he ain't Mexican. You know, I'm just gonna be honest with you. But what I'm talking about is this is what Black Americans don't like about, you know, when everything is intersectionality. This woman is Hispanic. Her kids are raised by her. She's Hispanic. But if you look at the picture of the woman, you're going to say this is a black woman with black kids and these black savages and blah, blah, blah. These kids are Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? But, and this goes back to an old story, I want to say in Chicago also, where this guy, I think he beat somebody with a bat to death or something like that. And he had braids. And, you know, he was wanted, him and a lady or whatever. I think it's a couple of ladies. And it's like looking for a black male, blah, 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 blah. But when the guy got arrested, it come out he was Puerto Rican. And this is where we have this issue where people want to be, you know, people hide behind being black when they're doing ridiculous stuff. Because, you know, one of the reasons why people are because I believe the police officer is Hispanic and she has a good reputation. Now, when you have a good reputation as a cop in Chicago, let me be real with you. You're a good person. So this woman was a mother who didn't deserve this whatsoever. But you see how you don't get these tropes of you see how these people act and they're animals and they're savages and blah, 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 because it's a different race. If the mother would have had a different last name, it'll be a completely different viewpoint. Even though this person is going to get life, you know, probably I don't think Chicago has the death penalty, but if they did, he would get the death penalty. He's gonna get beat up by the cops in jail plenty of times, him and his brother. But they're not really gonna get completely thrown under the bus. Which brings me to this other thing I was talking about earlier with the riot slash rally slash stabbing incident in L.A. where you see the Asians out with the anti-vaxxers fighting people. But what happens if you break one of their jaws? They can easily go back to say, I assaulted you, but when you hit me back for assaulting you, that's a hate crime. You know, stop the Asian hate. And I'm like, this is why Black Americans don't like this type of stuff. Because y'all too many other people in other groups get away with so much trying to hide behind blackness or whiteness. And I'm not too, and I just happened to stumble upon this story of There are two basketball players that got into a fight. Guy got ejected. I want to say summer league game. The two players were African, but you don't hear people going, "Oh, look how that's how they are," blah blah blah. That's under the all encompassing thing about being black. Same thing when you have like a person like Cardi B. You know, she's black when she's ratchet, and she's Hispanic or Latina or or Dominican or whatever when she acts like she got sense. So it's like, nah, man. We not with this halfway crook mentality. But people keep allowing it to happen over and over and over and over again. So you can't really stop it, but at the same time, when this happens, we gotta point it out to say, hey, they ain't black. This ain't intersectionality. This ain't a rainbow coalition. They, them, this is us. Put that on that group, because when that group is doing well, they highlight it's that group doing well. But when that group is doing dirt, all of a sudden, they actually, you see how the black people is? No. They ain't in our group, they in yours. You're going to take the good with the bad. So, I forgot about the news story about the mother and the son who were stealing cars in Houston and selling them to dealerships. They're Asian, right? That's not something a black person could do. But you see how this is why I say we don't like this stuff, because y'all do some outlandish stuff. And it's just, my bad. But like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.